You're listening to Kaya Biz with Stevie B, brought to you by Absa Business Banking.
Welcome back to now. Right here under my nose is Sindi Zilwa. She's done remarkable work. She is the co-founder and chief executive officer of Nkonki. It's a firm of chartered accountants. She was the youngest woman to win Businesswoman of the Year award and the third black woman to win the title. Fantastic. What a great guest. We could have had her on Entrepreneur of the Move. In fact, we could have had her anywhere. She would have fitted in. Sindi, good afternoon.
Afternoon, Steve.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And I hope you're well too.
How does it feel to be so famous?
I didn't think I'm famous.
I'm telling you, famous. You qualified as a chartered accountant in 1990. You became only the second black woman in South Africa to achieve the status. That can't be true. Is that right?
Yeah, well, it is correct.
In 1990, we only have two black women chartered accountants.
The first one only qualified in 1987.
Wow.
And I followed in 1990.
I knew it was bad, but I didn't realize it was that bad. How are we done? Are we progressing?
Yes, we're progressing well. We now have more than 1,000 African ladies who are chartered accountants.
Cool.
And I think out of the total of about 35,000 chartered accountants in South Africa, we've got 2,614 who are African. So at least there has been progress, yes.
Excellent.
But it's slow because when we started as ABASA, which is the Association of Black Accountants, the intention was to have 2,000 black accountants by year 2000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did it all begin for you? Who is Sindi?
How can I explain that?
What were you finished school and then did you always want to become an accountant? Did you have the passion?
Well, when I grew up as a child, I did have a different intention because at that time, I knew only of lawyers and doctors as successful people.
Nice.
But how I explain it, it looks like as a young child, I wanted to be successful. And the only routes in front of me were those two. And when my mother decided that all her children must actually study bookkeeping, because she thought that if we are all studying bookkeeping, we stood a chance of being employed in offices and doing typing instead of cleaning outside. So that's how it started, and it became a natural progression. And my elder brothers started to pick up the chartered accountancy profession, which we didn't know, and they simply led me into it to say, register this, do that. And I was a very submissive child because I knew they had my interest at heart. And there it was. I reached my destination, and I enjoyed it.
How many partners do you work with, and how many staff do you have, Sindi?
Within the firm, we've got about 30 partners and directors, and we've got 400 staff.
Jeez.
And our offices is across the 5 provinces. And it's been a long road to actually reach that. That's the big thing I can tell you.
Are you bigger than Sizwe?
No, they still remain the largest black firm, and we are quite proud of that, yes.
Okay. All right, that's a nice competitive accolade there. Yes. The firm, the industry experience, what kind of experience have you had in the industry?
The experience within the industry, I think, was a tough one.
Right.
I think the first one, as you correctly stated, that I qualified as the second black chartered accountant, female.
Amazing.
And what brought to me was a huge responsibility on my lap, and I wasn't ready for it, but I had to act, because then I became much more aware of how people are not aware of the chartered accountancy profession. So it was, first of all, to start to make sure that more people are actually aware. And when we started the practice, one of the motivating reasons was really that to say we need to create a space for people who are aspiring to be chartered accountants to start to serve articles, because those opportunities were not there. And then now, once you started the business, all the challenges of being an entrepreneur, they followed us from point A to point Z.
Now, I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Do we need more accountants? I'm not just talking about black accountants. Do we need more accountants in this country?
South Africa needs much more accountants.
Really, eh?
Yes, because I think our ratios are too low compared to other countries. It's a pity. I cannot recall the actual statistics now, but I think we have a long way to go when you actually compare the number of CAs to the population in the country. And the other thing, you must remember that the CA profession, like all the other professions, engineers and lawyers, you actually oil the wheels of growth and development of an economy. So the fewer you are, then the lesser, you will be able to do that as a country. And I mean, there's a recent survey that has been done by the Global Leadership Survey that shows that currently South Africa is sitting at 6% in terms of the effective leaders of today. And when it comes to the future, we don't even feature in the top 25. So now we've got a bigger problem that talks about general leadership, and CAs would also play a bigger component in that part as well. So yes, we do much more CAs. CAs in total. And yes, more black CAs as well.
Sindi, where are your offices?
Our offices are in Sunning Hill. We've got others in Cape Town. We've got offices in Durban. We've got them in the Eastern Cape and also in the Free State.
So you must be very rich.
No, not at all. I'm just working very hard. I'm working very hard.
Do you work? Are you more in a management role now?
Yes, it's more that management role, but the entrepreneurial role remains stuck with you. As long as you are running a business, you must look at it as an entrepreneur. But to us, I think it's a journey we've traveled over the past 20 years, and we're really grateful of the support that we actually receive from our clients, and even the challenges that we had. I think they've refined us to be the entrepreneurs that we are today, and we're proud of ourselves.
What does one need to learn or master to reach your level or to become so successful as you?
I think success is a journey. It's not a destination. So first of all, they must be prepared to put in the hours and work hard. People must be resilient because most of the things you are planning, they will not go according to the way you're planning them. So resilience is the name of the game.
And lastly, in 10 seconds, mostly work private or government?
Mainly we are supported by the government.
Okay.
Yes, the private sector hasn't yet opened doors largely, especially the listed company market.
Okay. There you go. What a role model there for you. Sindi, we thank you so much. Thank you for being on the show and good luck with everything.
Thank you, Steve.
You're listening to Kaya Biz with Stevie